Buffer, I'd be like, it's time.
And you would be as corny as Bruce Buffer.
Hey
Who
man,
makes $1 million every time he
thank
yells,
you.
"It's
Thank you.
time."
And
Corny.
it's the
Corny.
corniest shit.
It
Let's
really is
not
corny.
I was gonna say let's not act like corny shit don't pay sometimes, bro.
No,
I mean,
agreed.
I don't even have a good like line. What would your line be? So you can't do let's get ready to rumble. You can't do it's time. What would your tagline be?
You can't even do let's get it on because that was celebrity death match, the
Yeah,
claymation shit,
Miles
with Mills Lane.
Mills Lane. That
Mills
was
Lane,
good.
Miles
Yeah,
Lane.
yeah, yeah. Mills
That was
Lane.
Judge Judy's husband.
Yeah.
Uh
Really?
yeah.
Dope.
he got the bag, son.
With it.
He was
That's
a
why I'm
judge.
mad with it. With it. With it. That's why I'm mad with it. Straight out the trap with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab. Get it. That's why I'm mad with
Bat
it.
and balls, cuz.
That's why I'm mad with it.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let God sort it out. Nope. See, I don't have a tagline.
No, you know what? You know what? Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of the I'ma Get in Trouble podcast with your boy Terrence G. Yeet Yeet Skeet Skeet. I got my guy here, Lloyd Lee. He is
That's
with
me.
us without a hat on, with which you get that rare sighting. And luckily for everybody out there that's on the video, Eddie can't be on camera, so you're just gonna have to listen to him today. So
Okay. All right. We talking shit. All right. Well,
that's
that started off right. I
we're
like
coming
it.
out the gate. We're
I
coming out
like
the
it.
gate
I
swinging.
like it.
Shout out to Spoon early.
Spoon.
My man. So guys, we had a lot going on, but I still kind of coming over the vids, so I didn't pay much attention to a whole lot outside of football. So let's start there. Let's start talking
Hold on.
about
Hold on.
football.
Oh, wait. You caught COVID.
Mm-hmm,
Eddie caught COVID.
mm-hmm.
Out of the three of us, the only one that didn't catch COVID,
So far.
this guy.
So
I'm just saying.
Yo. Hey, listen. First off, stop putting my business out there like that, ho. Don't know me like that, ho.
That you've talked about here like multiple times.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I had to go through old episodes. Like, did he catch COVID? Am I the only one that didn't catch COVID? Awkward.
Yeah, so COVID, we got that shit. Let's talk about the playoffs though, y'all. Like, did you guys
Playoffs?
watch these games?
My business.
Let me start off, I guess, by saying I was scrolling through Facebook. I was hitting Facebook memories, and about 12 years ago now, I had a status that I could have shared that would have been relevant. And it was just, how about them Cowboys? You know, it just, ooh, ooh.
It looked like
Quarterback sneak on the light. Did you guys watch that game at all? I watched it like pretty much every game, but
Well,
that place.
I didn't watch any games.
Oh man,
the.
First off, it was my birthday, horse.
Oh, happy birthday! That's right.
Just want to make sure you want. Yeah, I just want to make sure we talk about that. You know, it was my fucking
Nobody.
birthday. So
Yeah.
no, I didn't watch any of the games. You know what I did? I watched the love weekend. But yeah, other than that, go ahead, Lloyd. What were you saying?
Oh no, we don't understand a word you're saying. It's like
yeah,
your internet connection is janky like the city you live in.
Yes.
Just
Very,
Janksville,
very bad.
USA.
yeah.
Yo, for everybody listening, one, I am driving because I had to do PT today. I had to do physical therapy today. So that's one. Two, I said it was my birthday this weekend, so the only thing I did this weekend was actually watch my daughter. Like I played with my daughter the whole weekend. That's all. So I didn't get to see the game.
That makes a lot more sense because what we heard the first time was like damn. Okay, so happy birthday to Eddie. You know, we're super happy, but the key word was your birthday. Was your birthday. I want to talk about the football games. And again, how about the
This is why I don't
Cowboys,
like. This is why I don't like people. This is why I don't like people. I don't know.
Happy birthday, Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Dumbest play ever to finish out the game. So if you guys didn't watch it, since you didn't see the game, literally Dallas was in a position to get down, score, and at least tie the game to go into overtime. If not, I think they might have been down 6, and an extra point would have won them the game. They had no timeouts left, and on like a 3rd and 2 or 3 or something stupid, either way, it was a quarterback sneak up the middle, and Dak Prescott goes for whatever he goes for. And with nothing. He doesn't go towards the sideline, doesn't go anything, and that was that.
He didn't even attempt to get out
Yeah,
of bounds.
so
No.
yeah, well he did a QB sneak, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great if you're like third and short yardage, but you're not enough. And then
Why?
on top of that, he gets bulldozed by the ref, which was a dopest play I've seen in my life.
Dude, it was one of those things where it showed that nothing was going to work for the Cowboys as usual. It was another one of those days where they just couldn't get shit together. Like all the wrong things happened at the right time, and they just shit the bed. And here they are. They made it to the playoffs just to go right home.
No, I mean the Cowboys never, ever finish a season where you're like, oh, that was awesome.
Like, even in our lowest of expectations, they still don't meet our expectations. It's
Dude.
horrific.
Yeah. Like you just
Nah, yeah, I thought like, so I didn't get to see the game, but I definitely got to watch the play because that's all everybody talked about this morning was why didn't Dak Prescott hand the referee the ball? He like gave it to the center, went back, and then called the play, and that's why they said it was over because you can't end a game on a penalty, and it would have been a penalty.
Yep.
And you could tell too by the way that he handed the ball off, it had screwed everything up because the center was looking like, what do I do? The refs were looking like the ball here, and there was some chatter online where people were talking about the refs did this, the refs fucked them. They took their time and sat on it, and it was like you looked at it, they were actually kind of rushing to hurry up and get shit set up to allow you to play another down. You screwed the pooch, Dallas.
Well, I mean, that seems to be on brand for Dallas and Dallas fans. Be like, oh, we got screwed. Like, well, I mean, you put yourself there, sir.
Let's go on to the next game, man.
Hold on, before we move that from that game, like, did everyone was on fire about how the sun was in everyone's eyes? It was. I mean, I've never seen it like this in this arena. Is this a normal thing that happens in Dallas and they've never fixed it?
Well, the sunroof moves or whatever, right? Like,
right.
They adjust it, so I can't imagine they couldn't have done something about it, so that's why.
But I feel like this is like a new, like, I've never heard of this being a problem at Dallas Stadium. Like, it's not so much the roof, but it was like the window. They've got like big plate glass windows, so the window was bright. But I feel like that has never been a thing, but everybody wants to complain that was a thing.
That's just how far they got to reach to justify the loss, I guess. That's where we're at right now.
They got to reach to the sun.
Like, what are we doing? Like, no. So we had the Cincinnati and Raiders game. That was actually a pretty close, decent game. Not really, but it was all right. Then we had Loy. We had the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills play. And I think Josh Allen.
Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about that game, man. Let's just talk a little bit about that game.
Wow.
But hey, look, can you hear me, Lloyd? Is my thing messing up? Is it messing up? Can you hear me? Am I clear?
Just very loud.
Okay. I was trying to make sure I got Lloyd's attention.
Is the microphone in your mouth? Like,
I was about to say, like, are you
eating
your
microphone?
I was trying to make sure that I got your attention, Lloyd. That's all.
There's only two other people.
Well, I was trying to make sure I got your attention, Lloyd.
I can hear you. There's only two of us.
Hey, Lloyd, but I just wanted to make sure I got your attention.
Yeah.
He's shouting in the next week's
Lloyd,
episode.
I just wanted to make sure I got your attention.
Yeah, you're shouting back to the you're shouting back to the ancestral plane, bro. Relax.
So if you couldn't tell by the tone out there,
I just wanted to get your attention, Lloyd. I just wanted to get your attention.
You have my undivided attention, sir.
Not much went well for New England. So
I have your undivided attention because I don't think Belichick had anybody's.
Yeah, I was like, I had my phone on.
I don't think Belichick had anybody's.
Am I gonna run some routes? Am I gonna play defense? What do you need me to do, coach? It was bad. Like
everybody in Boston is mad.
Well, that's the thing. like not everybody in Boston's mad, like because a lot of people have already left. Everyone that's like, oh, I'm a Patriot fan only when they're winning, and then Tom Brady left, and now they're Tampa Bay fans. Like I always tell people I love when we struggle to hit 500 because it feels like childhood, but I didn't want Super Bowl against the Chicago Bears beating. I didn't want that kind of reminder of childhood, and that's what it felt like. It felt like Steve Grogan was going to go out there and take some snaps.
Oof.
It was hard to watch,
Yeah.
but I'm here for that.
It's one of those things, man. It's like you knew at some point the proverbial other shoe was going to drop, right? Like even if, let's say, Kansas City's on a similar path and even comes close to a portion of the dynasty New England had, that shit ends.
It always does.
Are you ready? Are you ready to say that you think it's on the wane? Like you're part of the dynasty, like you're probably in the last couple of seasons with Belichick, or do you think you still got time before it's going to move all the pieces?
I think it's time. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be at the end of a dynasty. I have to ask Cowboy fans, what does it feel like to be what does it feel like to just hold on to all of the days
God damn, Lloyd.
We'll take that. We'll take that every time.
Yeah. So I don't know. Again, I've said it before on this podcast. It feels good to feel like we are fighting for something. Every game matters. It feels good to know, like, hey, we could actually have lost this playoff game going into it. I haven't had that feeling in a long time. So it didn't feel good to watch it. It didn't feel good to be embarrassed by the adopted stepson of our division. The Bills look good, though. I mean, the Bills fucking took it to us. What can you say?
They look scary. They look scary, man. Yeah, it was another one of those games. Was like I feel like not that many were really great games this weekend. Most of them weren't really close. Philly and Tampa Bay, for example, wasn't close. It seemed like every time Philly started to get a little bit of momentum going, things start to click for them, they'd get a penalty.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts would throw some errant ass pass and somebody would either drop it or it would get intercepted. Something was going on. But by the time you tuned in at halfway through the second quarter, it was already up 20-0. So none of them were close. You ended up going into my game. Wasn't really close after the first quarter. Kansas City ended up pulling out the upset. Tonight is Arizona and somebody else. I don't remember. Arizona and somebody.
Please hold.
Somebody else on the NFC.
Like true New England Patriot fan fashion. Once we're out, the season's over. I'm
done. Nope, it's on to hockey.
I'm just
you guys.
That it's not Arizona and the Packers. I do want to say that. I mean, because we don't play this week. Shit, my bad. Go ahead. I'll let y'all keep finishing y'all conversation.
You see what he did there? Well played. Yeah,
we'll see how this goes.
Rams. It's Cardinals Rams.
Yeah, there we go. Cardinals Rams. And so, yeah, it really wasn't an interesting slate of games, but I sat there, paid attention because, again, I got the vid. I had no fucking option, man. It's not like I'm going to be running around getting crazy with things. So football's what it was.
Did it feel like this season was underwhelming to y'all? Is that just me?
No, I think I would agree in certain aspects. I don't love the additional game already. I don't like the additional game that they've got. I don't like how they've slated out the playoffs to try and take over the entire weekend either. It's like, look, man, you're good at Sunday. Stick with Sunday. Stop encroaching in the days of the week. Like, I don't want to have to pay attention. That's why baseball and basketball become irrelevant throughout the regular season a lot of times. Is you're throwing it at me too much, man. When you keep it like supply and demand, baby, keep that shit sparse. I like it.
Also, we're conditioned Sunday night, Sunday all day Sunday, one game on Monday, and then it's like Sunday, Monday, one game on Thursday. Now it's Sunday, Monday, game on Thursday. Now playoffs Saturday and Sunday.
And Sunday, and we're going back to Mondays, and it's like, I love football, I really do, but it's like, look, man, I don't have the fucking time bandwidth for that.
it can't take up my entire week where, Saturday night, like I got other shit I gotta do. UFC is Saturday Night Fever. Boxing is Saturday Night Fever. Unless it's horrible, then it's Thursday or Friday. But yeah, keep to the Sunday. Why can't you play 3 games on Sunday, 1 game on Monday? Wouldn't that cover the playoffs?
Waiting for Eddie to chime in, but he's not chiming in. So yeah, it's one of those things, man. Like on top of that, I don't know, man. It's like when you've got teams that were 9-7-1 that are making it into the playoffs too, you've kind of lost a little bit of that allure and luster for me. It's a little bit too much, I guess. Right now is how this season feels.
I mean, if we all make the playoffs, is it the playoffs?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm with you, Terrence. That last game, the extra game that they added on, literally just made me turn off the week. Like,
yeah.
Whereas, like, I felt like we were already in the second, the semifinal, like, you know what I'm saying, the second week of playoffs.
Right.
And then when you find out it's the first, like, we're in the wild card week, but every team but 2 is playing. It just, I don't know. Maybe next year I'll get behind it, but this year I just and it started on my birthday weekend. Like, I really wasn't like feeling like sitting there watching football. I'm not gonna lie.
And I'm also curious, like with 18 games, that doesn't really change the playoff picture that much. I mean, at least it wasn't this year. It wasn't like, I mean, the playoffs was basically figured out week 16, 17. It was like playoffs berths were clenched, and then it was like 2 teams like, oh, are we playing or not? Are we playing the playoffs?
Yeah, and that's where I feel like it's like, I would say that old adage, the juice ain't worth the squeeze right now, at least to me. Maybe next season things will seem like it going a little bit. Maybe it's also the COVID pandemic stuff too, like that adds to everything. But it just seems like so much of this season has felt like it's very meh in presentation, felt like it's been very haphazardly strung together, and now with how they've done the playoffs, I'm just
yeah.
we'll see.
I don't know.
I think like it feels more or less like, okay, pause. Let me reset. So week 8, the last week, right, did put some people in the playoffs. So you can't knock that. Like the Packers, we were straight. We had locked up #1 seed in the NFL. So we were done. You know what I mean?
Like 3-4 weeks ago. You locked it up 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Kansas City, the same thing. Like Kansas City didn't have to play to be in the playoffs. It was a couple teams that didn't have to play to be in the playoffs, but there were a couple teams that had to actually play the last week. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it was talked about so much because it's so many more weeks. Oh, I'm sorry, because it's an extra week, that it just felt off. Where it was like you said, Ernst, keep it to Sunday. Where it was like we didn't have a lot of Saturday games. We really didn't give a fuck about Thursday night games. But it was like every day we were talking about NFL all day. You know what I'm saying? And then sprinkle in a little bit of LeBron. Right? Like that was all the sports we heard for 3.5 months, which we're not used to. So I think it was, and now we're finally getting into the playoffs. So I think it's something that we're going to get used to. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really do think we're going to get used to it because all of us love football way too much. But
they gotta figure it out. They have to figure that shit out. Saturday night is not. Saturday games is not it. Also, I think that with this many games, we lost that playoff math magic where it was like, oh
yeah,
and that was exciting. Like, oh, Houston's got to win and the Tennessee's got to lose. Like, I need 7 things to happen. That's exciting for me. Where they just go, yeah. If Houston loses, then we're in the wild card versus the clinching the whatever the math was. It didn't seem exciting.
Yeah, it was like, so they even saved it to where pretty much every team had to play a division rival at the end of the season. So I'm pretty sure that every game for everybody, their last regular season game was a division rival because they're like, we don't want guys resting and taking things out. And it just, because of how playoff math and all of that stuff typically works, even that felt like they forced it too much for something that is just not worth at the end. I'd rather them go just right back, truncate it back to the 17-game season, and leave the other two teams out as the wild card. It's just too much, man.
Yep. So
That was the other part. That was the other part. I'm sorry, Terrence. That was the other part that I didn't rock with. So instead of a 4-game wild card weekend, it was a 6-game wild card weekend.
Yeah.
Like, it was too many games to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you've got what else? So yeah, you got them expanding into Monday night now that they're doing the playoff game, and it still feels like it's too much. It still feels like, man, we're sitting here trying to keep track of playoffs. I found myself last night like looking at the bracketing and everything and trying to figure out how all that stuff went. And it's like you went through all this trouble to do this. It's still kind of weird. And then to top it off, you took away the top 2 seeds getting the bye week. You make it only the 1 seed. Okay, cool. I get the incentive, but man, that's a hell of a long season for everybody involved.
Everybody.
But the Packers, we sitting at home. We sitting at home just relaxing, and
Which ain't
doing
always
some
a good
PT.
thing.
Doing some
Ain't always a
PT.
good
No, you know
thing.
what? Actually, only time we actually make the Super Bowl. This is true shit. This is how much of a fan I am. The only time we won the Super Bowl is when we don't have home field advantage. Even with Brett Favre.
Is that him just basically trying to preface the fact that he has little faith that he's going to win the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah, that's definitely what I just said. That's definitely what I just said.
I bang Packer gang all day, but if we don't win, I'm just saying I said it ahead of time.
At least you're being
You
real
got
about it right now. All right, so we'll keep it within the sports realm, and we'll go to a guy that talks about sports. It's something I wouldn't normally say I have a lot in common with this guy, but Stephen A. Smith out of ESPN caught COVID, y'all. This was big news. This is big news because Stephen A. come out and said he damn near died from COVID. Said he had 103-degree fever every day and damn near died. How do y'all feel if Stephen A. Smith would have passed away?
Man, shut the fuck up. Come on, son. Like, are we serious about this right now? Is this a real topic? Like,
Yeah,
it's not a real topic. Terrence is trolling. Shut the fuck up, Terrence. Stop it, Terrence. Terrence is just trying to talk about his COVID. Because Terrence just wants to show how manly he is and be like, oh, I had COVID too. My degrees was 106 Celsius or some dumb shit. Shut up. Nobody cares about Stephen A. Smith.
Well, now we know how Eddie doesn't care about Stephen A. Smith, but
egregiously.
My God. He just like verbally attacked me because I was speaking on his behalf.
I guess my question is like, which variation, which variant did he get? I mean,
who gives a fuck, Lloyd?
I'm just curious. Did he get the OG? Did he get OG variant? Did he get the Delta variant? What did he get?
Oh man!
Did he get the Rock La Familia? What was it?
He got a hairline. That's the fuck he got. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, who cares? No, I mean, I love Stephen A. Smith. If he would have passed away from COVID, I would have been sad. No. If he would have passed away from COVID, I would have been extremely sad that we wouldn't have been able to hear him use big words that white people don't believe black people know, right? And because most of us don't. We don't know what the fuck he's talking about at the time. But he's very entertaining, and I would have missed him. But other than that, this subject is very stupid. Like, nigga, 100 million people caught COVID. Who gives a fuck anymore, son? I'm so done talking about COVID.
He said he almost died. He said he almost died. That's the part that I wanted you to understand. It wasn't just
so did 60 million other people. You know who else? 40 million people who actually fucking died. Shut the fuck up, Stephen A. Drink some tea and wake up in the morning and tell me my sports shit, please. Thank you.
Just okay. Okay.
Shut up and talk.
Is that the sportscasting equivalent to shut up and dribble?
Pretty much, yeah. Shut up.
Hey,
shut up and have an opinion.
Shut up and dribble. Yeah. Shut up and drivel.
Shut up and talk, you asshole. No, I'm really poking fun, but nah. I mean, I really don't. I mean, no. I'm just saying, like, do we really care that Stephen A. Smith, Betty White died, Sidney Poitier died? You think I care that Stephen A. almost died. Nigga, this ain't horseshoes. Get the fuck out of here.
If Stephen A were to say that he had COVID, we all know, no matter what degree of COVID that he got, the next thing out of his mouth would
He
be
almost died.
he got to a little fender bender, and that was because he was in the car. I got to an accident. It was egregious. It was asinine. I almost died.
Almost died.
No, but if it was him, he would get real serious first. He'd be like, "So as most of y'all know, I was."
As some of y'all might know,
I was in an accident.
Dude, hold on. Did you hear when he had his nostril done? When he had we had to listen to First Take. Like I stopped watching I haven't watched First Take since he came back. After he was like, I had a little nose operation. Shut the fuck up, Stephen A.
I almost died. It was asinine. Oh, there's everyone's mute. Hey.
Yeah, because I hit the wrong, wasn't it? No, the point that I'm making is like, all right, our sportscasters, yes, we love them and we want to see them, and we hope that they are healthy and able to keep giving us the media take on sports. But your personal life shit, like you remember what's the guy from ESPN that passed away from cancer?
Stuart Scott, Dennis Scott.
We cared about him. You know what I mean? He was real chill. He was real nice. We could actually see him dying on TV. Like people, like what's the lady? Good Morning America. Robin. We could actually. She was going through cancer. We could actually see her dying on TV. You know why we cared? Because not a lot of people. A lot of people die from cancer, but a lot of people don't go to work on cancer.
Alex
right?
Trebek.
Right, like these motherfuckers actually were in our homes and we cared that they were fucking dying in front of us, and some of them beat it and some of them didn't. And I'm being real serious right now, bro. I don't give a fuck that Stephen A almost fucking died from COVID. Like, nigga, this ain't cancer. Shut the fuck up and do me the news, nigga. Like, what are you talking about right now? COVID, nigga?
This seems like Stephen A's trying to get social media flowers while he's still here. That's what it seems like, because like that's the only thing that you can sit there and say is like, in the face of the pandemic that's currently going on with people dying, and this dude will be like, "Well, I almost died."
That's like, how almost? Like, I'm curious. Like, on a degree of like 1 to I don't know 10. How is almost? How almost?
Like this is what I want to know, Terrence, because obviously you gave a fuck to actually listen to this shit. Was he like, "Hey man, I'm just coming back from COVID. I almost passed. You know what I'm saying? I had a real big battle. Guys, take it serious. All right, now back to the news." Was he doing that, or was it like a 20-30 minute segment, like when his nostrils had to get fucking injected or some dumb shit?
I didn't actually see like a thing. I just saw the little clip. Where, or not a little clip, but I saw the little news clip where he was saying he come out and said like, "I almost died," in massive letters. Stephen A. Smith, "I almost died from COVID," and yeah,
Shut
you didn't miss a day.
fuck up.
You didn't miss a single day of First Take.
This is the First Take. Nobody gives a fuck that Stephen A. almost died from COVID, and now the Milwaukee Bucks.
Eddie, this is what happens when we didn't take the time to come up with topics. Terrence is just going to come up with whatever topics that he thinks he could get 10 minutes out of. And
hey, look,
we
man,
with that.
This was also representation. All right. I've been on Netflix with this COVID stuff, and it tells me representation matters. So it's black. It fits within this wheelhouse of I'm no longer racist.
Because what's today?
Today, if you want to jump on that, Lloyd, my man, MLK Day, okay, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Since Eddie, obviously, I don't know whatever reason is wrong with Eddie.
Nigga, I was born on his birthday. Like we share together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I care.
I don't think that he would have been very proud of you calling me the N-word, sir.
He had a dream, and
he had a dream that we all were equal. He would have definitely been proud to call you a nigga. He would have been mad that you called me one back.
I think not, because he's all about equality, sir. I think he would encourage it. So I think today, because it's MLK Day, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
no,
ahead
let's
and
not test
say
that theory, nigga. Let's never test
no,
that theory.
no,
I'm gonna have to take your word for that. 'Cause
no,
All right, we
that
go.
does
no.
not
We
work
go.
out for me.
I'm send that to Umar Johnson and let him tell you how much.
I could have just been that dude afterward. I'd have been like, it was the COVID. The COVID made me say it. I went a little crazy, got dizzy, and COVID made me do it.
What are
COVID
you
crazy.
rocks? What are you, Roseanne O'Donnell or some shit? Then get the fuck out. COVID made me say, "What's up, my nigga?" Like,
Wait. What were you taking at that time? I told you I had COVID, right? Yeah, I was taking emergency. Wait, you were taking vitamin C? Yeah. I took vitamin
Dewormer.
C. Vitamin C is what made me racist.
I was thinking a horse dewormer.
but no, like, all right, let's talk MLK Day. And this is my question to you guys, and I literally will sit back and listen a little bit, right? How much? And I'm being so honest. Like, don't literally get your fucking notepads and read statements, my guys. Like, how much do you actually give a fuck about MLK Day?
Because
I'm
of
being
MLK,
so
or just
real.
because of the day.
No, MLK Day, not MLK. MLK Day.
I give a fuck. Lloyd,
go,
please.
Go, no,
Please.
please.
Go ahead.
White privilege. Go for it.
Yes.
Your privilege, go for it.
Let me clear the throat first. So I'd like to say, so long as I get the day off paid for, I'm happy. Outside of that, man, like, look, man, today is just that day where I got to put up with scrolling through the same motherfuckers that say some racist and hateful shit, quoting MLK for social media. Like, so that's what today is for me.
On the personal side of it, I think it's a very important day because this was the day 13 years ago I met my wife at a club, at a party, an MLK Day party. So it is, MLK is a very important day. I met my wife who's a female. How is that gay? That's the most heterosexual thing I've done lately.
It was just how you said it. It was just you telling us that fuck ass story. I met her at a party. I've never looked back. I saw her. I looked in her eyes, and I was like, you know what, baby, you for me.
Wow.
Lloyd, I don't know how you'll pick up. I always imagine how Lloyd will pick up chicks. Hey, baby.
I just love that.
I'm an old Italian guy all of a sudden. Hey.
I just love that Eddie tells us that he's always wondered about how you approach chicks. Like, what, one episode after he says that he looks at the dicks in porn? Like, hey, man, this is all adding up.
No, okay. First off, you whore.
There's video evidence that this happened. So yeah, I'm positive that Eddie sits there on his fucking birthday for MLK Day, and he's like, I wonder how Lloyd picks up chicks.
No, so Lloyd used to do a joke. Did you do it on your special, Lloyd? I can't remember.
Yep.
Yeah. So Lloyd does a joke where he talks about trying to meet chicks or meet black chicks, and then they always diss him with a beatbox. And every time I've heard that joke, but I met Lloyd when he was already married. So I never got to see Lloyd actually try to pick up a chick. So I always wondered, like,
it looks exactly the same. Like me and you hanging out the hideout and just like, hey, just talking to women in general. Like, yeah, you can sit in the front. And they're like, okay there. Like, it's the same conversation. I'm not even trying to hit on them.
So is that how it started for you, Lloyd? Was that you got that? Yeah, okay, there. Like, you're talking to me. You think think you're qualified to talk? Okay, and then
it's like, what does he even know? He don't even come here. Like, I've never seen him here before. I'm like, okay, yeah, just or you don't have to sit in the front. That's fine. Whatever. I just trying to be nice. Bye.
Yo, people thought Lloyd was just like a random Asian guy that just hung out with black people, but never got the memo on how to dress. Like Lloyd dressed like he's from Boston, but he's every black person is cool with him. So it's like people, like, the girls would just come in and just look at Lloyd like,
Is it-
Oh,
art.
yeah,
What,
that's
what
the
are they
thing,
called?
like-
What are they called? The cabbie hats? That's what
Yeah.
always killed me that you wear is those little fucking cabbie hats.
The funny thing is, like, black women at the hideout would just be like, "Oh, he's here. He must be here for the black women. So we're gonna give him zero attention." I'm like, "Here, I'm here for the comedy. Like, I'm just trying to get the front row." And they're like, whatever, guy, whatever you're doing." Like,
I always
oh.
get security. Security is what I always get for the most part when I'd be at the venues, because they're like, there's no way that this white dude is here at this spot, especially at this spot where this is located, let alone to do comedy. Oh yeah, he's definitely security. It's
Yeah.
like, nope.
Well, what's the probability of this Asian guy being here at the hideout doing comedy? Like, what's the probability of that? Probably zero. More likely, he's trying to hit on black chicks.
Right. Yeah.
And there was one time I walked in and some guy was like trying to fuck with me, right? He's like, he sees me walk in and he goes, "Oh, can I see your ID?" And then like the 6 people that were standing there were like, do you not know who this guy is? Like, he's here every fucking week. Who the fuck are you? That shit was hilarious to me.
Dude, that's the best when somebody tries to come in and check you on something, and it's like, I've been here, but you don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
Everybody else vouches for you.
Yeah,
I had that
they're like-
happen. I had that happen at Meeks once before. It was like, hey man, it was like, oh, I went to go do something, and then the person taking was getting kind of shitty, and I was like, I didn't hear them, or something had happened at that point. But that was when like several of the waitresses came through and said something and got it all situated. Like, yeah, motherfucker, like,
Yeah.
get off me.
You don't know about me.
I'm sure Eddie never does anything like that.
No, I just throw people out. I throw people out of bars that I don't work at. I've
You know
done
what?
security. I haven't done security in like 10 years. And like, I probably throw out a person, like 2 people every year from a bar that I just go to drink at. Like, I don't care. Like, no, like everybody, I'm cool with every security guard of every bar I've ever went to. Like, that's a fact. Actually, only security guard who doesn't like me is the security guard at the Village. Like, other than that, at comedy, at Comedy Sellers, what is it? Black Fat, Big Fat Pussycat. Like, that's the only security guard that I've had a problem with in the last 10 years.
Fat black pussycat. Man, Eddie's the type of dude that, like, when he goes out drinking, he just puts on a security shirt just so he can go to the bar and beat people up, like, with a free pass.
Nope. Actually, my shirt says I'm not security.
Not security.
And my shirt literally says I'm not security. That's not a
It's like,
joke.
but security, huge letters. I'm not
Yeah.
I was gonna say that I'm not is all the fine print. It's just
in
massive
between the letters.
security. Excuse me, Mr. Security Man, and then Eddie just pops off and beats people up for no real reason.
No, it's like, hey, I need a table to sit down at. Hey guys, you can't be here. You gotta get the fuck out of here. And they leave, and he just takes their seat.
No, Eddie'd be like, you know that I studied this beverage that you're drinking, this beer. I studied this. All right. Let me tell you something about this.
I went to school for that.
Yeah, I have done that. I have actually done that. I'm not gonna lie, I've done that before.
I have a master's in whatever we're talking about. Whatever we're talking about, I went to school for.
Eddie does the shittiest Roadhouse deal with his little homemade beer connoisseur deal. I love it.
Eddie, what do you want to talk? If talking about Stephen A. Smith is such a shitty topic, what do you want to talk about?
No, I still want to hear how MLK affects you, bro.
I think
Free day off.
Yeah, it's a day off, but it actually shows that we're actually trying to make moves in the right direction, remembering and honoring somebody of color, like because of what he did and not sports related. You know, it's easy to remember sports athletes regardless of color, but MLK, I think, is different just based on the fact that representation matters. And he was one of the first, first holidays that actually made that a thing, a real thing, tangible, quantifiable. Okay. Moment of silence.
Okay. I'm underneath a tunnel. I mean, all right. I get it.
Asians
I
don't
like
have
that
a day off.
answer.
I mean, and it's never like I'm not trying to compare or contrast.
First off, how many Asians have done anything?
Damn.
I'm joking. I just wanted to see
Damn.
Lloyd get mad, but I was like,
Damn.
nah, that might go too far.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, the fact that it's a day that we as a country acknowledge and observe. I think that gives me hope for the future generally. I think it's important. Does it like make me cry? And do I go to a MLK monument and cry at midnight? I don't, but I think it does have importance, in my opinion, for sure.
What Asian deserves a holiday though?
I think maybe not one
The Rock?
specific. I think that if I were to say in charge of creating holidays or something, I would definitely make one for the work that was done for the Transcontinental Railroad, the contribution that we've done, my ancestors included. And if it wasn't for the Transcontinental Railroad, America would still be very fractured, very, very disjointed. It probably wouldn't be a single nation as it is now. I would definitely want to remember that as a thing. Yeah, that's where I stand on that.
What would
Chinese New Year?
it?
I'll take fucking Chinese New Year off. Give me one of those days.
I thought they do get out. I thought if you say that you're Chinese descent, you do get that day off. It's not a federal holiday.
I mean, yeah, you get paid time off. You don't get holiday pay for that shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, I don't think nobody gets holiday pay for MLK Day though. Like, I'm being real. I think like most people I know that like they get a floating holiday for it, but they don't get holiday pay for it.
I just got paid for Juneteenth. So if I don't get paid for MLK, then I don't know what upside down world I live in.
Nah, I think Juneteenth, because they made Juneteenth. I don't know, man. I don't know. My point, the reason why I asked that is I've started to notice that as I've gotten older, people without kids care less about MLK Day than people with kids. Like black people with kids care about MLK Day just because they like, this is a day that we can remind our kids, like, yo, like there was a guy who spoke up on our behalf and was such a great marketer and had such a great marketing team that he actually got shit done. Right? Like, I know, right? It's but if you really think of it in the grand scheme of things, and Malcolm X did the same thing as Martin Luther, and it was probably like 40 other guys that we don't have a celebration day for. Like MLK's marketing team was that crazy that they got a federal holiday for him. So it's not. I'm not degrading the day. I'm saying like the MLK Day for a lot of black people isn't just about Martin Luther King. It's about a lot of people that died fighting for black rights. And Martin was just because Martin was like nonviolent up front at first, right? That's the part of the legacy that we always hear about. But nobody really hears about how the FBI thought Martin Luther King was the worst, was like number one most wanted. Like he was the worst thing that could ever happen to America. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's actual articles on how bad Martin Luther King was for America. Like that's how a lot of these motherfuckers looked at him. And now he got a holiday. So it's like, I love that he has a holiday, and every time we talk about Martin, but I think like now it's more or less like we care about Martin, but we also get reminded of all of the people that died or were assassinated because of just fighting for the basic right to vote.
So are you saying I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, I'm just trying to clarify where you're coming from. Are you basically saying that because we call it Martin Luther King Day, that we are a day that's supposed to remember all of the martyrs, all the people that have came before us? Like, are you saying because we name it MLK, we're forgetting about their struggles and their contributions?
No, not that we're forgetting about their struggles. I think that it puts more of a spotlight on the struggles of everybody that became a martyr to what's the name. But I think like when I was a kid, it was more about MLK. And like MLK Day was only about MLK, right? Mm-hmm. And I think now that I'm older and I see it with my friends that don't, like I said, I see it more with my friends that don't have kids. It's not just about MLK. It's about we talk about everybody that died, because you'll always get like an older person that'll bring up, you know what I'm saying, like, Marcus Garvey, like he did this, Malcolm X, he did this, and then, you know what I'm saying, boom, 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 and it becomes more of a discussion about all the people that lost their lives just in the fight for equal rights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
I
MLK
think
is the catalyst for it.
Yeah, I think it's a great conversation starter for that civil rights conversation, where if you call it Civil Rights Day, then it's just way too broad, where people can start punching holes in the fabric of that conversation, and that remembrance.
Right.
And MLK,
But to be honest, I think in like the next 20, and it's some real shit. In the next 20 years, I actually think it's gonna be like it's gonna become like Columbus Day. Instead of Columbus Day, it's Indigenous Day. And so instead of MLK Day, it'll become Civil Rights Day, right? Instead of Abraham Lincoln Day, it's President's Day. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth.
Yeah.
Like which one of the days is in for President's birthday? It's President's Day, but I can't remember what president it is.
Lincoln, right?
I think it's Lincoln, right?
I'm pretty sure that it's Lincoln, but I thought that there was like one or two other presidents that had a birthday around there, and so they just
they chose that day, right?
Something like that. I feel like that's the deal, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I feel like MLK Day at some point will become like Civil Rights Day, right? Because we all know that Martin was a flawed man especially when it came to women, right? And the more equal women become, not even equal. Well, yeah, the more equal women become with how everything's changing, the more people are going to get pushback about, yo, he was a womanizer, he did this, he fucked that person, he was using his power to gangbang bitches, like, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody's gonna put that. That's how it feels like this world is coming to. So but I've already noticed that a lot of people, when it comes to MLK Day, we already start talking about other civil rights activists lost their lives, and people being like, well, he was better, or he did this for us, and that was better for us. And that's a lot of conversations that Black people have. I don't know, white people have them as well, or Asian people or Spanish people. But yeah, I feel like I do feel like Chinese Americans or Asian descent Americans definitely need, like, we all have a month. We have Black History Month. We have Asian Pacific Islander Month. We have Latin Month. You know, so on and so forth. But I do think like one day for every joint would be dope as hell. Where till it gets to the point where we don't need a day. It's just talk about on the regular.
Yeah, and I think that's
we don't have a white day, like, you know what I'm saying, or white people's month or whatever. Like, because every fucking month we talk about white people all the goddamn time. Like, you motherfuckers are everywhere. So like, I don't know.
Maybe that's just because what I've been reading and what I've been listening to an audiobook. It's like I want to know more about the contributions to what we know as America now. You know, like, sure, it's great that we can go into, you know, Chinese history, Spanish history, Mexican history, all of these things, and find a person that did a thing. That's great. But it's like, I want to know about the contributions of the people, the struggle of the people, very much like civil rights. Like, show me the people that did the thing that now helps us understand who we are and how we live today. Like, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to know about.
And for me, I know we've talked about it before, and I feel like it was last year's episode for MLK that we talked about it. I'll get a lot happier around MLK Day when we can cut the bullshit around it, and we can stop sitting here and acting like two things can't be true in just how we talk about things, right? Because we're not honest in our national level discussions on any level. And this is one of those things, right? We never really acknowledge the womanizing aspect. We always try to beef up and bloviate all the civil rights things. And that's not to say that I think we should talk about it to discredit the dude. It's just talking about it to acknowledge and normalize the humanity of saying, hey, look, man, it's very possible that you can do great things in this world. But simultaneous and inverse to that, You can do some really crazy things too. And you've got to be able to separate those things, because I feel like part of that is the nuance in just growing up and living as an adult. You know what I mean? So
also it's like duality. Like, yeah,
right.
And I'm gonna get in trouble for this shit. Cosby, piece of shit, right? Did some horrible things.
That's like a prime example, though. It's a prime example of stuff like that.
Great comedian. Well, fuck that guy because he's a piece of shit. Yeah, but I'm not saying he's a great person. I'm saying he was a great comedian or is whatever. R. Kelly, piece of shit. Fucking put out bangers. I can't say that. Like, we say that his shit is garbage now because he's a piece of shit. That doesn't
I never
make any
said
sense
the shit was garbage.
I know. I'm
but
not
I
saying.
never stopped listening to it after the fucking. Yeah.
No,
I never stopped listening to Cosby though. I'm a piece of shit.
But if you stop listening to it, that's a different thing, right? You go that's three portions of it. He's a piece of shit, great work, but I'm not listening to it. You like that should be an okay, but you can't just because he's a piece of shit doesn't mean he's not great at what he did. If you look at every person of history, every person, I'm going to go 99% of them or probably own slaves, probably fucking horrific to today's standards. But you can't say that, fuck electricity because Thomas Edison was an asshole. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
And that's where, that's what I want to see, is that level of progress to where we can sit here and acknowledge all of that and be like, look, yeah, shit has happened and shit has been terrible across the board for, any myriad of reasons. But when we can acknowledge the duality of that, I think that's what allows us to actually make, that progress upward, that thing that we're striving for, right? Because we're not there yet. As a nation, we've never been there, but we've been trying. It seems that way. And so when you implement these days that we have this time off, it's clear evidence that something is going the right way. We just got to get more of it, and we got to get more into it.
Yeah. I mean, we're flawed. We're flawed as a people. We're flawed as a being.
Yeah.
Eddie?
Yeah, no, I'm really more listening to you guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think what MLK means to me is more in the. Did I go out? Yeah, my service is bad away, so I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and finish this one up.
What does MLK mean? What does MLK mean to you?
No, I'm just saying. Like, I feel like as a black person, like, people can, like, if you see our skin tone, you're like, oh, okay, they really care about MLK, and it's like we do, but we like, you know what I mean? Like, I care about MLK because of what he did, but there's a lot of people that I also look up to. So, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, just like Juneteenth, everybody's like, I'm happy as hell that I get paid to be off. If I have a job that pays for federal holidays to be off. But other than that, motherfucker, like, we talk about this shit all the time. So this day isn't really for us per se. It's more about you motherfuckers learning about what this shit means to us, motherfucker.
It's wasted. It's wasted on people like me because I do nothing but do shit like this. I don't learn a fucking thing. Are you kidding me? I masturbate and do laundry.
Like,
I mean,
in that order?
But that's disgusting. So, like,
sometimes I need a clean jizz rag.
Just all jizz on brand new clothes. No, like,
let it sit for a week.
Just pick up a black shirt with a white stain on it.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, it's not that the fact that I get a paid day off that I enjoy about this holiday and just general national holidays is that everybody gets it off. Like, what day do you get off that everybody gets off and you just, hey, you get to hang out with your buddies and all of that? Why? Because they have it off. I think that's kind of what's cool about national holidays is we all know we all have off in theory.
Yeah. Shout out.
Okay, I was like, say we all don't have off because some of us go after our dreams, and once, as we all know, once we go after our dreams, niggas be penny pinching like a motherfucker. Oh, we all off today. Hey, that's good for you niggas. I'm staying in the house. Fuck out of here.
I bought a 6-pack. I'm staying my ass home.
Yeah,
Right. Like I might. It's a beer spot. It's a beer spot right by this open mic in downtown. I might literally go get a 6-pack and be like, "This is my MLK celebration. Thank you so much."
I'll follow. MLK had a dream. I'm following mine.
His dream was for me to black the fuck out.
Oh shit.
That's
Basically. But all right, what else we got? What else we got before we get out of here, yo?
it was a light damn day, man.
I will say, if anyone isn't watching Yellowstone, it is probably some of the best writing out there. And I say that to say this: 1883, the prequel
It's the shit,
is amazing. And I will tell you this,
bro. That joint is dope as fuck.
I say those two things to say this. The writer, the creator, his name is Taylor Sheridan. He wrote those two, created those two, as well as Mayor of Kingstown. He also has a bunch of shit in the works. He's got the Kansas City Mob series that's going to star Sylvester Stallone in a series that's coming out or in the works. He's talking to Billy Bob Thornton about Texas Oilmen. He's talking to Zoe Salanda about women Marines. And then he's got like another spinoff off of the Yellowstone universe. So he's got so much in the works, and the writing is literally the best writing on TV right now.
I won't. Won't say that.
No, I said it. I said it. Goddamn it.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, I wouldn't say that. Like, I couldn't agree with you on that statement. No, I can't agree with that statement. But I will, like, all right. You know what I feel like with the dude from Yellowstone? Not to take anything away from him. One, he's an immaculate writer. He's an immaculate TV creator and writer. I know he's not writing the whole thing, but as a production head, he is above. He's well above par. Like he's of a different breed. I would still say Ava DuVernay is the best writer right now. And that's not just because she's black. It's just like off her shit.
What is she making? What does she make?
Ava DuVernay. So she has shit. How do I forget? Is it Scandal? Okay. She has a lot of the chick joints, but the joints like they're chick joints, but once you watch them, you're like, oh, this is fire. Like Scandal is fire, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody tell you, but I do think that they needed a white person. This is not even me being an asshole. They needed a white person that could fucking compete with all the black. Like you got Kenyon Barnes, you got Ava DuVernay. It's another chick that like are just beating the shit out of. Ava DuVernay has Grey's Anatomy too, I think. Yeah, so like a lot of the black writers are like fucking firing on all cylinders. And it feels like they put a battery pack behind Taylor Sheridan to like compete. But I'm gonna be honest, they found the right one because that motherfucker is nasty. Yellowstone 1883 is the shit. Mayor Kingstown is even better than like I'm being so with you, bro. Maybe because I watched Yellowstone too long. Mayor Kingstown is better than Yellowstone, bro. That's just my opinion. Maybe because it relates to me a little bit more.
Which one's better?
Mayor of Kingstown is better than Yellowstone to me.
So what I think I like about
I haven't watched any of this shit.
all of the different things that he's writing. Mayor of Kingstown, Yellowstone, 1883. What I like about it is having conversations that you don't necessarily see a lot of in TV. You just you see a lot of prison shows and a lot of Westerns. You see a lot of time period pieces, but it's like, I don't know, the nuance to it. When I'm watching 1883, it's like, we know how bad or how difficult the Oregon Trail was, but then you see it and you're like, oh, like it brings the nuance to just a different level that doesn't make sense. Cowboying, we just assume it's cowboy, and you go, cowboying is hard, and that's period. But then they show you how difficult cowboying is, and you go, it's like connecting dots that I just had never connected before.
No, I'm with you. Okay. Okay, yep. How do I explain this? When I started watching Yellowstone, I watched the first season of Yellowstone. I think I heard it on a podcast, right? And somebody was like, Yellowstone, da, da, da. What? No, I told you about Yellowstone.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm just saying I agree. I saw one
Yeah.
clip and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I have to watch
I don't know if this. Yeah, and I gotta watch it. So I watched Yellowstone, and I was like, oh, this shit is fire. Like, just being real. I didn't even know he wrote Mayor of Kingstown.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch Mayor of Kingstown for him. I watched Mayor of Kingstown for Hawkeye. Real shit. Like, you know, yeah, like I watched it for Hawkeye. 1883 is better than both of them, and this is biased because they have your boy is on the show.
LaMonica, yeah,
your boy's on, and he has a major role because none of the other shows have people in major roles. Let's just make sure that
Black Cowboy, Pinkerton Detective, and on top of that, Taylor Sheridan is also creating a Bass Reeves series, which is basically the Black Cowboy, that black deputy that they wrote the Lone Ranger after. But they have that in the works.
See, Taylor Sheridan, that's my guy. No, he's still not been able to do it. But the point, you know what I mean.
He's given us a reason to give a fuck about Westerns, both modern and past. Like, Westerns were cool back in my dad's day, but it hasn't really been like, there's a couple Westerns.
Wait. Tombstone is still one of the greatest movies. All right.
I agree.
Okay.
But
and the 310 to Yuma, the remake, also incredible.
What is it?
What'd you say?
310 to Yuma, the remake.
Oh, that shit was dope. That shit was dope as fuck.
Yeah,
that was a remake.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The remake of 310 to Yuma, not 310 to Yuma as a remake of Tombstone.
No. Yeah. The newer age one, the one that came out like 10 years ago.
But he made gentrification of Montana, modern cowboys, such a draw that they made spinoffs. They're making another spinoff. They're making, I think, like 3 or 4 spinoffs of just the Yellowstone universe. Like, he gave us a reason to give a fuck about cowboys.
Oh, he made Native Americans badass too. Let's not take that away from him, because the Native Americans of Yellowstone, the white people are the only one white dude is not scared of them. Everybody else scared as fuck of them.
he married one of them. Of course.
Yeah. Everybody on that joint is scared of these motherfuckers. And like you could like, you know how like you heard people that like it's like when they're scared, they gotta try to make sure you overcompensate, right? Like everybody in that joint is like majorly overcompensating when it comes to like the Native Americans, but they're all scared of them like a motherfucker. So I do fuck with that. Like it was like, you know, like white people are tough too, and white people and girls can fight battles. The daughter on there is a bitch I would never want to go up against in real life. Like,
but you love her though. It's so strange.
Yeah.
Like, you hate her. You know she's dangerous.
She's so dangerous.
Oh my!
She treats her younger brother like shit. She treats her like dude. Listen first. This girl, I'm not even giving away the whole show, right? But she treats this dude like shit based off of him trying to help her and it going wrong.
Yeah, it's good.
Because you like dude, it's such a storyline. It's like I think that season is going to come to head. But
see, that's how I knew I got older, when my movie tastes and preferences shifted. It was no longer about the big flashes and the bangs and the booms. That stuff has its place. Like, you got to reel me in with good dialogue. If you don't have good dialogue, it's a fucking wrap. I won't pay attention.
In Yellowstone in 1883, it's all dialogue. Like, oh my god, it's amazing.
See, that's a good.
It's a good show. Yeah, I can't wait to see what comes next. Mayor of Kingstown, that one I love even more. And like I said, I think that one's more close to home. Even though it's not nowhere near like a major city, it's still near a major city. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's.
But what I love about that is, like, we see these things in the inside of jail through shows, right? It's like, oh, I got to get drugs, but we never really question, like, how does that happen? How do the drugs get there? Like, what? and this is all behind the scenes of like Oz. This is all behind the scenes of every jail show you've ever seen, and you go, huh, I never thought about how how it actually works.
Yeah, it's all the stuff that they allude to, but they never really like they'll show it, but they don't really show like how it came about. Like it shows like, oh, there's this one dude outside that's like connected on every fucking side. Like, yeah, he's not even, he's a consultant for the most part, which is the dopest part of it, because like he tells motherfuckers like, don't do that, don't do this, you should definitely do this, make sure you listen to this, and like he takes both sides and like makes it, the show makes it makes you almost feel for criminals, for white people, in my opinion. I hope so. I hope, but you know what I'm saying? Like, not like most shows, like people don't feel for the criminals. Like they're like, yo, those guys are pieces of shit and fuck them. But it's like, all right, let me give you the inner workings of this shit. Let me show you glamour. Like, oh, we make this much money, and you know what I'm saying? Like The Wire, we make this much money, and then when people fuck with our money, we gotta kill these niggas. Like, it's not that. It's more or less like, hey man, this is when I go inside, these are the things that I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep this shit inside. Some people going to keep doing that shit when they get outside. But, you know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. And these are the inner workings of how this shit goes down. And you legit, it's one scene in the season finale of Mayor of Kingstown. You're actually like,
which I haven't seen yet.
Oh, dude, when I say you understand why these criminals do what the fuck they do, you understand it. You don't agree with it, and you think it's fucked up. And you're like, yo, I hope these, like, you know what I'm saying? I hope everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everything comes the way that it's supposed to. But, oh, no, I understand why you motherfuckers did what the fuck you just did.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. As soon as
you got to watch it, bro. You got to watch it, bro. The season finale is serious, son. Serious. All right. That was a good plug.
I was going to say, that's some shameless TV plugs. Lloyd, what you got going on, man? Let's close out the episode telling everybody what you got going.
Nothing. I ain't got shit going on. I'm trying to avoid this Omnicron, Deltacron, Voltron. I'm trying to avoid it all.
Yeah.
Eddie got dick going on.
I'm still out here in these streets, son. Trying to use up this immunity as long as I got it. So Wednesday we got Run the Light in DC. At Premier Bar and Lounge on Georgia Avenue. So that's going to be dope. The 10 contestants on this one, I think it's probably one of the best ones. So it's going to be a hard one. And then Thursday, first show in New York, first Broken Diamond show in New York at QED is on Thursday. So
amazing. You're crushing it.
I'm filling up dates for Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, and possibly South Dakota out to May right now. So let's get going, baby. Aside from that, people, we're just going to keep working at it. We're going to keep podcasting. So y'all got to stay in trouble. We're going to keep doing what we do. Make sure you guys like and follow. All that shit, baby. That's what we do.
Love you guys.
With it. That's why I'm mad with it. With it. That's why I'm mad with it. Straight out the trap with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab, get it.